Hi, good morning. My name is Emily Morris, and I am a part of the Digital Learning Specialist team here at CFB ISD. I'm going to talk to you today about the Whiteboard app on your HP EliteBook computer. This app is a great tool to use in partnership with your Viewsonic or Promethean boards. It allows you to mark up, write, annotate, all kinds of things, and kind of use your Viewsonic or Promethean like a whiteboard, which is pretty cool. I also love that I can use my pen, and especially if I'm casting to my whiteboard, to my, Viewsonic or Promethean board, then I have mobility and I can walk all over my room while marking and writing on the board, which is pretty neat. So let's go ahead and get started. To open your whiteboard, there is the ability to click the pen down in the bottom right, and then you can open Whiteboard. The other thing that you can do is start searching for your whiteboard and open. When you open your whiteboard, you can rename it up at the top. Maybe you want your board to be named by your periods, or your class name, or your subject name, whatever that may be. This is going to be helpful when you save it, and later if you decide to export it as an image, this is going to be what it is named. You'll notice right now that my whiteboard really looks like a whiteboard. If I want to, and you can click this settings button up here in the top right, you can format your background. And I really like that I can change my background to be any color, any shape. I've got all kinds of different background shapes. I can do ruled paper, I can do graph paper, I can do dots, all kinds of things. I like having some ruled paper in the background. And you'll notice down here that I'm just at 42% zoomed. So I have, if I'm using my fingers to pinch and zoom, I can zoom in so much and zoom out so much as well, which is pretty cool. So that means you've got a lot of space to work with here. The first options you have when you log in are kind of these pen tools at the top. You have the ability to kind of do preset options for 3 different pens. That's helpful, especially if you are marking things up and using 3 different pen settings to do so. So I might have my writing ink, and look at all the colors you've got. You've got all kinds of colors. There's also some crowd favorites of this galaxy and rainbow pen. They make me feel like I'm writing with those glitter gel pens back in middle school. You can also change the thickness of your lines of your pen. I really like this option over here as well. Down here at the bottom, you can decide that this pen is going to have an arrow tip, a single arrow tip, or a double arrow tip, which means that anytime I draw a line with that pen, the line is going to end with an arrow head, which is pretty cool. The other thing I really like about these pens, you also have a highlighter option, and you've got eraser, and you've got a multi-select tool as well. The ruler's coming, it's not here yet. They've just updated the Whiteboard app, so they're adding a lot of new capabilities as we go. But as I was saying with this pen, if I decided I wanted to draw a shape, all I'd have to do is draw it without letting my pen up off the ink, off the pad, and then I just pause at the end, and it'll make my shape into a pretty perfect, beautiful shape. So I don't have to worry about my penmanship skills. And then if I decided I wanted to make some kind of graph or whatever, and then add my arrows, here we go. I can do that. Right? I love it. I love it. The other thing I really like is whenever you create something and draw something, If I click on it, I can delete the whole thing, but I can also duplicate it. So maybe I want like a couple of different. Squares the same way. I can also drag and make it bigger, smaller. I can create alternative text. I can also send it to back or bring it to the front, or I can lock it where it is, which is pretty cool. It's got lots of options. In addition to the pen capabilities, there's also a lot of different capabilities over here. If you hit the plus button, you get to create several things. When you create, you have things like notes, which are sticky notes that you can add anywhere. And on the sticky notes, you can type whatever you're thinking. You can add and change the color in the background. You can copy it and paste it. You can add reactions. Make it bigger, make it smaller, drag it wherever you want it to go. It's pretty neat. You can also begin by writing some note grids out as well. You can also have text. So maybe I just want to insert a text box here. Rectangle. I can use the corners to drag to make the text bigger or smaller. And then I can drag on this side to make the text box fit into a shape I might have. You can change the color of the text. I can also create shapes over here. Maybe I want to create an arrow. I want the inside to be that color, and I want the outline to be that color. And then what I also love is you can drag your shapes and line them up. So you'll see the blue line show up, showing me where the middle of that other shape is. Okay. Very neat. And I can resize my shapes as well. I can also send these to the back or to the front and reorder and make everything pretty cool. In addition to shapes, you can create reactions. What is that, I wonder? Or make some applause over here. And look, you'll notice my applause didn't show up, so I'm going to bring it to the front. Perhaps. Seems like that one is just glitching out, so I'm going to start over. There we go. The other thing I really like is that you can insert images. So maybe what you have done is taken a screenshot of an activity that you guys are working on in class. Maybe you've taken a screenshot of student work that you want to model how to give peer feedback to. Maybe you're going to do a screenshot of a political cartoon or graph or image you want students to annotate, or a passage you want to model annotating with students. It's pretty cool. You can add any image from your device. There's also quite a few templates that you can use. A lot of these are using the sticky notes as a template, but you could also choose your favorite, 2 truths and a lie. Learning has a lot of templates for the classroom, exit tickets, KWL. A lot of these operate under the assumption that you'll be sharing your board with students, and we do not have that capability at this moment. So yeah, lots of cool things. Some of my favorite things that I think that we could do. Oops, let me make sure I can move instead of right. For instance, I could do some kind of station task management board up here on my whiteboard. could tell my students in each station what they're going to be doing. So maybe station 1's reviewing, station 2 is doing this and then moving on to task 2. Station 3 is doing goal setting. Station 4 is doing a task that I've already showed them how to do. And look, I can insert an image based on the instructions. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller. Or maybe I've inserted a chart and we are working on drawing, labeling, all that kind of stuff. I can do text boxes, or I can do writing. And even if I have written this with my pen, I can still click and drag these words that I've written on my own, which is pretty cool. So that's a quick rundown of the Microsoft Whiteboard app. I hope that your brain is turning and that you've got some ideas of how to use this in your classroom. For any more help or tips or tricks with this Whiteboard app, please reach out to your DLS.